Hi, I'm Jeff with Castile Property Management. When an investor wants to purchase a rental property, they need to evaluate what type of property they should get. In this video, I'll help you simplify that process while maintaining a high return on your investment. I've seen many investors, in an effort to be thorough, have tried to acquire as much information as they can of all the different factors that might influence the cash flow of a property. They put it all together in a spreadsheet and they read over it again and again and again until they come to what they determine to be the right decision. Although there is wisdom in doing this, there is the risk that a delay in decision making can cost you a great rental property. In this video, I'll also teach you how to make the decision process quick and easy so that you can feel confident in snatching that great investment property before another wise investor picks it up first. The important thing to know is that while a property may look good on paper based on the obvious factors of square footage, number of bedrooms, mortgage cost compared to the rental income, there's always a number of unknown variables that can come into play that can cost you much more than you accounted for. Such things include hidden maintenance issues, vacancy time, changing market conditions, and problem tenants, and the list goes on. These things can't always be accounted for in a spreadsheet, but can have a big impact on the success of your rental property. A better strategy is to focus your search on properties that have a reduced number of variables. This way, much of the decision making is done before you even start looking for a property. Once you do this, you can do a quick calculation of those fixed expenses, like mortgage payment, taxes, insurance, HOA fee, management fee, and compare that against what you expect the rent to be. And if the numbers work out, you can quickly move on it before somebody else does. So what type of properties have a reduced number of variables? Let me first mention those that have a high number of variables. Older homes, especially older multiplexes. They usually have high maintenance costs, high turnover, lower rents, odd and poorly done improvements, and a history of improper repairs. I've seen many investors buy such properties because initially they look good on a financial spreadsheet, but over time all those variables come into play and they end up spending more money than anticipated on yard care, updates, upgrades, repairs, problem tenants, turnover, and even in a property that's been well maintained and completely renovated, it's still in an older neighborhood. And this is important because I find when trying to fill a rental property that those willing to live in areas that are older and run down are more often the same people that don't pass the application screening process. This leads to longer vacancy times, and that's a huge expense. If a tenant does pass, it's often just barely. This can translate into an increased risk of unpaid rents, evictions, drug abuse, property damage, and in addition, older homes don't appreciate as well as newer homes. Both the rents and the value of the property of an older home is slower to appreciate in a growing market. So over time, your investment is less profitable than you would have with something newer. I find newer homes are much more predictable and quick and easy to find a good quality tenant. Even more so is newer condos and townhomes. Despite having an HOA fee, a lot of those variables and expenses that I mentioned before go away or are drastically reduced. For example, in a condo or a townhome, owners are generally not responsible for the roof, lawn, trees, sprinklers, water, fencing, siding, and such things. When considering those maintenance costs, an HOA fee seems more like a good deal instead of an extra expense. Plus, many condos and townhomes have the added appeal of community, clubhouse, pool, playgrounds, picnic areas, ball courts, and more. Drawing in more tenants will reduce your vacancy time and help you find the right tenant. Because more of your expenses are fixed in a condo or townhome, there are less variables, And so a condo and townhome is much more predictable. That also includes knowing what it will rent for. An extra benefit that is often overlooked by many investors is that an HOA community has an extra set of eyes on your investment property. And early detection of a problem can save you money. The challenge in deciding between an older home versus a newer condo or townhome is seeing past the spreadsheet. Often, older homes can show a better immediate cash flow, but will eventually result in more expense and less growth. The newer homes and HOA properties can initially show a negative cash flow, but are more likely to have a higher return down the road. When looking at the big picture, the long-term benefits of investing in a newer home, especially a condo or a townhome, as opposed to an older home, will produce a much more stable investment with much better returns. If you've found this video to be helpful, please like and share it. And for future videos and information that can help investors, please subscribe. At Castile Property Management, we do more than just watch your rental property. We protect it, cultivate it, and help your investment grow.